So I'm gonna do that. And that came out very nice. And these are flu bombs. So let me show you what it looks like in the little cup. So here it is, a little flu bomb. Throw it in some boiling water, put a cover on it, let it sit there for 5 to 10 minutes. It has your honey in it, it has your orange peel. You could choose the lemon peel instead of the orange peel, but whatever you do, put some vitamin C in there, okay? So now we're gonna finish up the rest, and we're gonna put those in the refrigerator for 24 hours. And you could drop them in your tea tomorrow morning. What time is it? It is 10. So tomorrow at 10, you're ready to... Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How are you today? Happy Wednesday. Season is changing, and we are about to go into the winter season. Outside here in the Dallas area, it's like 40 degrees. The wind is howling, like really howling. So welcome to my TikTok live. Have fun. Today, I'm going to make some flu bombs. Okay, and just gonna put my gloves on. You always want to practice healthy sanitary kitchen habits. So I'm going to put these on because I have to use my hands, and I do have a little bit of nail polish on. So how is everyone today? Where are we from? Put it in the comments. Don't be afraid to participate. Say good morning. Enjoy. Now everything is gone. I put everything away. Everything's all packed because I am moving soon to a homestead, my own land. And that's still here in Texas, but northeast Texas, over by Texarkana. I'm having a delicious tea this morning, and grab a cup of tea or whatever it is that you enjoy, and let's get started. So I'm making tea bombs. So these are for cold and flu, and I'll try to post a recipe. I have recipes in my book, The Healing Weeds. There are recipes here. 5 Weeds That Nourish and Restore by Patricia Nelson. So the book is available. This specific recipe is not in the book because I just came up with this one a few days ago. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So let's get started. Let me have another sip of tea, and we can work on some flu bombs. So if you folks in your house get sick really quick, or if you don't want flu shots. Good morning, Isabel. I'm so glad to see you. I was wondering about you. And good morning, Hattie. And I can't see the other person's name. So let's get started on some flu bombs. So this recipe is going to have marshmallow root, which is excellent for phlegm. It's going to have echinacea. We all know that's good for colds. We're going to have some ginger powder, some mullein leaf, and some peppermint leaf for taste. Okay? So you can make this any variation that you want, but you definitely want to have the echinacea and the marshmallow, or the echinacea and the mullein. Definitely one of those. If you can hear me, let me know. So we're going to get started. So I'm going to do equal parts. Going to use 1/3 cup of each. Okay. And that way everything is, oh, you know what, I was supposed to get my, little molds or something to put them on after they're done. So this is a hand process. So we're going to take 1/3 cup of each thing, okay, of each ingredient. Let's do this. That cup's a little large. How are you guys today? Where are you watching from? I'm so excited about going into the homestead. I will be there by myself. Okay, so that was the marshmallow root. Now we're going to do some echinacea and get these going in here. Gloves, it's not good to put gloves on before you start your recipe. It is good because it's sanitary, that's what I learned, but it's not good when you're trying to open packages. So we're going to do some of this, and this was the echinacea. I'm going to toss that in there, and we'll see how many tea bombs we get out of this. Let's get some mullein leaf. Mullein leaf. These I grew in my backyard. Okay, these I grew in my herbal garden. And those are really, so you can see, let's see, I might put a 1/2 cup of, okay, well, it measured itself. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Jahavi and Susan, Yanni, and good morning, everyone. Stick around. We're making some flu bombs with some local harvested honey. I'll put this in the description so we can get this. This one is so delicious. It has a very interesting taste. It is called, the name of the place is called Rawhide Creek Apiary. And I'll give you the number, but it's Holy Queen honey. This is not like a regular flavor. I actually saw the bees at the market, the little things that they put the bees in, the little trays. So they had the queen bee and all the other bees, and so those were the ones that produced this. This was made in August, and it has a very distinct flavor, very, very distinct. Now we're going to do some ginger. We all know ginger is very good for your body. So we're going to add 1/3 cup of ginger. This is ginger powder for the, thank you so much for the likes, Dee. Now, the reason why I'm using ginger powder is to hold it together like flour, okay? So that's why I'm using the powder for this one. So we're going to do 1/3 cup of that as well. And that way we can have a good adhesion. And we're going to do some peppermint for taste. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Let's do some peppermint. Have a huge bag of peppermint. That ginger, excuse me, ginger went right up my nose. And I didn't use my hands to cover, because that would defeat the purpose of wearing the gloves, right? So we're going to do 1/3 cup of ginger of peppermint. See? I'm going to throw that in there. So I don't know how many this is going to make. Like I said, this is my first time making this recipe. I do make the lollipops. I don't know if I showed you guys those lollipops, but I have a beautiful product. So we're going to mix this up. Okay, this is what we have here. And these you drop in a hot cup of tea, of water, and you let it steep. And then there you have a nice tea bomb. So those are your ingredients. I'll say them again. We have echinacea, mullein leaf, marshmallow root. All the marshmallow root, the echinacea, and the mullein are excellent for COVID, okay? Then we have some ginger powder, and we also have peppermint for taste. And I am going to grind in a little bit of orange peel in here. I'm going to just take a little bit just to give it some vitamin C, right? Because who doesn't need vitamin C? So we'll put just a little bit, maybe about a teaspoon's worth. So we have that. And oh my God, it smells great already. So yeah, so I'll be heading out of the Dallas area to move on to a tiny little cabin. I mean, tiny cabin. Tiny cabin. Tiny cabin. But it's a start, and it'll get me going before the spring so I can take all the plants out of this yard and plant them in the ground there and let them grow. So here we have it. Now I'm going to add the honey, but before I do the honey, I'm going to get some little muffin cups to put it in. And we're going to use one of these to scoop it out. Okay? So give me a second. I guess I didn't need that. Let's get some molds. We have some cupcake molds. So you can use cupcake molds, or you can use a baking sheet, wax paper, a tray. You can use those. I just want to use the muffin cups so they don't roll around. So we have we have two of each here. So I don't know how many we will need, but I'm going to get also a cutting board. So it doesn't look like too many, does it? So once we add the honey, then we will know. Guys, grab the book, go to the shopping cart and grab the Herbal Remedies book, and you can see what you can do for yourself to help stave off these colds and flus. So let's use some orange because it's Halloween week. Okay, we're going to use some orange. And we'll use some purple, another Halloween color. And some blue. So we have six cups. Okay. We're going to put them in here after we scoop them out. I want to move my hair so I can pour the honey in. So you can always use a little bit more ginger. You don't want to make it too strong, but you want to use it just to hold them together. And these have to stay in the fridge for 24 hours. So I'm going to mix it with this first, and just to get it nice and chewy and gummy and stuff. And then I think I have the lollipops. The lollipops are really popular. I'm going to add more. So it's still pretty dry. Still pretty dry, okay? So we're going to mix this up just to scoop them, and they can hold themselves together. So this is this is what we have. Look at this. Nice paste, okay? I think I want to add just a tad bit more honey and a tad bit more of the... Guys, these are flu bombs, okay? This is so you do not have to... Tap the screen, folks. This is so you do not have to get your flu shot. This echinacea, this marshmallow root, these things work instantly. I'm talking like 20 minutes, your cold starts to relieve itself. So now we have the paste. So it's holding together pretty good. I just want to add a little bit more of the powder and the ginger powder. Just a tad more, maybe a teaspoonful. And let's get a little shaky. Good morning, good morning. So we put a little bit more just to hold it together, just like you would with flour and biscuits, okay? And now we're going to form our little balls. Scrapey. So let's take a look, see what we have. Now it looks creepy. It does look creepy, but it's all medicine. Thank you, Tracy, for the likes. It's literally, this is one of the best medicines that you can take naturally for colds and flu. So it looks good. It looks good. I'm going to scoop it in one of these cups, but I can't touch it with this hand. So I'm going to do that. And that came out very nice. And these are flu bombs. So let me show you what it looks like in the little cup. So here it is, a little flu bomb. Throw it in some boiling water, put a cover on it, let it sit there for 5 to 10 minutes. It has your honey in it, it has your orange peel. You could choose the lemon peel instead of the orange peel, but whatever you do, put some vitamin C in there, okay? So now we're gonna finish up the rest. And we're going to put those in the refrigerator for 24 hours. And you could drop them in your tea tomorrow morning. What time is it? It is 10. So tomorrow at 10, you're ready to have your tea bomb. They're flu bombs, okay? So if you have a flu, this is perfect for you, okay? Good morning, Leica Chicago, Tina Fey, was that Amelia? Good morning, and Barb. Good morning, everyone. We're making flu bombs, flu tea bombs, and we have a bunch of recipes which I will put in the description when the video is over. I'll put a little clip there, but you can get the book. The book is very good. It has 5 herbs that help you heal, and mullein is one of the 5 books. Okay, we have number 2. I think we might be able to get all 6. Let's see. So this is a good sized little tea bomb to get a nice cup. You can use a regular cup this size, okay? And you just drop it in there, put your hot water, and let it steep for 5 to 10 minutes. So let's do the next one. We have 4 more to go. Like I said, it looks pretty creepy. Yes, it does look creepy, but it's all goodness. All medicine that'll help you, your children. You can give this to children, okay? I mean, you always check with your doctor, make sure you're not allergic to anything, your kids are not allergic to anything. But once you do that, these are all very benign plants. And with these plants, any age can have this. I mean, I wouldn't give it to a newborn baby, okay? But definitely you can give it to 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old. You can give them a little light one because that's going to be strong. So what you want to do is, if you're going to give it to a kid, you want to dilute it some, okay? So once you make a cup for yourself, make a cup for everybody. That should make really 2 good dark color servings. So here's the next one, okay? I'm going to put that in there. And what's the weather like where you guys are at? I mean, the temperature dropped here like it's 40 degrees. It went from 80 to 40. So that's a little odd. It's not odd for Texas because, you know, we're like 2 hours away from Colorado, below Colorado. And we are, whichever way the wind blows, if it blows from the west, north, New Mexico, it'll be warm. If it blows from up north, it's going to be cold. So we are in north central Texas. Okay, there's number 4. Looks like I have enough for 2 more, or at least 1.5. Let's see. So where are you guys from? Where's everyone from? I had someone here from England. And what city, what state are you guys from? Smell it. It smells delicious. Really good. Say hi, everyone. Tap the screen. Don't be afraid to tap the screen. Support the live. And I hope you stick around when I do go over to, when I move over to the homestead. You'll be seeing lots of real getting stuff together. Wood burning stove and all of those natural resources. I'll actually have to cut down a bunch of trees there. It's really embedded in some trees. That's 4. That's 5. We have room for 1 more. 1 more, guys. And I cannot ship food out of the state. I can ship it in Texas, but I cannot ship it outside of Texas. But I do sell these products, the herbal teas, the lollipops. Once I take these gloves off, I'll see where the lollipops are, and I'll show you. It's the same concept. The lollipops are the same remedy, but except it's more honey, and it has the ginger, some of the plants, the peppermint, different types of plants. So here's the last one. Number 6, and like I said, it looks a little yucky. It's plants, so that's what it looks like. It actually looks like moss. Okay, so this is the last one, and I hope you guys really try to take care of yourselves this winter. So there we have it. 6 flu bombs, okay? Now you put them in a cup of hot water, like I said. They have to set for 24 hours. See? They have to set for 24 hours, and then you can drop them in your tea, in your water tomorrow morning. And I am going to take off the ookie gloves. And we are done with that. Now, I'm going to put them on a smaller cutting board. I think this little one. What do you think about this, guys? It's kind of tight, but let's see if we can do it. We got 3 on one side. Let's see if we can do this. We can do this. So now we're going to go over what's going to go on this homestead. What am I going to do on the homestead? Why did I choose to go to a homestead? Look, 6 cute little muffins. They're not muffins, okay? They are flu and cold tea bombs, okay? And that's what you do with that. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to make believe I'm Martha Stewart and toss this to the side. Let the staff that is me over there. So I'm going to get rid of this. And then I want to go over some of the things. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. And those will be ready for tomorrow. Now, with the homestead, I actually need to get a wood burning stove. I need to insulate the place because it's raw walls. It's not, it's unfinished cabin. So I got the cabin, I got the land. Now I have to clear the land because there's like a gazillion trees. I am not complaining about the trees. That's what I want. I want the trees because if there's trees, that means, oh, thank you so much. What is that? Bubbles, thank you very much for liking the live. So there's a lot of trees, which means that the ground is fertile. I just checked the soil a few days ago. The soil is good. It's in a corner property and it's by the lake. So I can always go fishing in the lake. There's bass. There's a fish called crappie, whatever it is, C-R-A-P-P-I-E, and catfish. I do not like catfish. But I have my fishing equipment, and I'm going to show you what I have in my bag so far. That cabin's going to be all on solar power because it's in the woods. It's not far from the road. It's literally, it's right off the road. But it's by Lake of the Pines. And that's a huge lake. So I'm like not far from a water source, from a food source. And if this world goes to pots, like Mr. Trump is doing, you're going to need survival skills. You're going to need to know how to fish and do all the things just in case the government shutdown continues all the way through November. What if it lasts till December, to New Year's? How would you support yourself? So let me get the bag. I have 2 bags of survival equipment. Guys, the book, look at the shopping cart. There's a book there. You can get some recipes in here. And you can make notes of what you are finding in the woods in your area. And here's how to personalize your own herb garden. Okay, so it's a good book. And you want to grab a copy of it from Amazon. And I'm going to put away the plants and then we'll jump right into this. Okay? Survival bag number 1. I have 3. First I want to take this away so I don't spill any plants because they are not cheap. Okay. Survival bag number 2. So I have 2 bags filled with things that you need for a homestead. Okay? So this is what I'm starting with, and then I'll need more things. So I do have my first aid kit. I have my seeds, book of seeds, all the seeds I'm going to plant to start my own garden, foods and herbs. I have a canteen to get down to the water. Of course, I'll be moving things from here. I have a little cooking set, little frying pan, a bowl, a little pot, little cup, and a little pot to make soup, stew. So I am ready to rock and roll. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Then I have, thank you, Dr. Groper. Good morning, good morning. Then I have a little portable radio because I'll be in the woods and there will not be that much reception. I do see houses, so I'm not going to be the only house there. There are other houses, but I'm just going to be prepared just in case. And this is a little crank radio, so you can get the, let me see if I get a good grip on it. You wind it up, no batteries. It's solar, or you can put the flashlight on, as you can see. And you can listen to the radio. Let's turn the volume. Let's see what station we have. AM, FM, just for emergencies, but you can get this going. Now. See? No batteries. You can get that. So these are things when you have a homestead that you probably need more little stuff. Little things. You definitely need cordage, okay? And let's see. So I have it filled with lots of stuff. Ace bandage to go with the first aid. And then there's more things in the side. I mean, it just goes on and on. The next one, I have the grill. So let's put this away. Guys, don't forget the book. Thank you for the awesome times 10, Dr. Groper. I really, really appreciate it. That's going to help me on the homestead. And we'll put this away, the little pan and the radio. And that's the one bag. Like I said, I have 3. I have a tent that's a studio apartment. I might even do some renting of the tent because it's by the water. So you can actually make some money there. Oh, I have my little fishing kit. Little fishing kit with the little tackle and all the different little things in there. I went fishing twice in my life. My dad took me fishing when I was like 13. So then I'm going to have to get myself a nice fishing pole. If anyone can recommend a nice fishing pole. Let's see, in here we got some medicines, ointments and creams and things like that. And always, always, guys, don't rely on your GPS. Get yourself a real compass, okay? a real compass. All right? Because I don't know how many people I know that their GPS either conks out, somebody calls them on the phone, you can't get through because you're running the GPS. Here's a compass. Always have one. In the city or in the woods. All right, let's see what's in the next compartment. I have some cables. Different size cables, you need them to charge. I'm going to get a jackery. So the two things that I absolutely need the most is a jackery, which is the charging station, and the wood stove. Those are the two big items. Those are my biggest items that I need. This, can you guess what's in here? Okay, we have a cooking, a little fire stove, but this is for outdoors. You don't want to use this indoors. This you definitely want to use outdoors. It's a little grill. Let me show you how it sets up. It comes with the little tongs. Go bite you. Go bite. Go get you. Oh, you're welcome, Lolly. Is that Lollipop, sweetie, sweet life? So, whether or not you're going to be on the homestead, you really should have these survival tools already. Okay, this I got on Amazon. That's it. Look at that. It closes. It's a little stove. Okay, it has a little shelf. You push that down. You put this on top. You put your pot on top. And there's a tray that goes down here to catch your fire, little wood. So you just put wood in here, okay? This is nothing hard to do. Yes. So this is it. Very simple wood stove. You put your wood in there and you... Thank you, Lollipop, for the likes. And you can cook on here. So your wood will go down there. Then you put the top on. If you're gonna do franks, you can take the franks off. Over here. Okay. Don't let living in an apartment. Thank you. I got this on Amazon. This whole little kit. I got this from Amazon. And it comes with actually the little gloves too, so you don't burn yourself. So I forgot how much it was because I bought it like 2 years ago. But that's pretty much it for that. So you take out the tray out the bottom, and it's simple. You just push the top, and it closes like an envelope. And oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, it has a little door that you could just feed your fire, and you don't have to touch it to feed your fire. So you just close it up, and that's it. You pack it away. And this is if lights go out, if the government decides we don't need electricity anymore. But I am taking it with me to my homestead. And I'm actually glad I bought a lot of these things. It was always my plan to go off-grid, but I'm not going off-grid. Here's your little torch. Little flame. That throws the flame. Okay. It's a butane torch. And it has a cute little brush to baste your food. That is that one. And let's see what else we have in here. We have a tourniquet, just in case I'm out there cutting wood and I bleed to death. You use this, and this helps you from bleeding. If you don't have one of these, you hold it tight below. It has to be closest to the heart. So if you're gushing blood here, you want to stop it up here, okay? That's called a tourniquet, meaning that you turn this tight until the blood stops gushing out, okay? That's for serious cuts and wounds. You need that in the woods, especially if you're cutting wood with a saw, right? So I will be doing all of these things. I'm sure I'll have help. Then you need a water filter. This is the Life Straw. How many of you saw the Life Straw on these different channels? I didn't open it because I want to keep it sterile, but that's the Life Straw, okay? You could drink straight from the lake, and it goes through 3 filter systems, and you will have clean water in that moment. Then I have a shower, a solar shower. So this fills up 5 gallons of water, and there's a little thermometer here. So you sit it in the sun. Being that it's winter, it's probably not going to warm up, but right down there it shows you how hot it is. Then you put the hose on and you can take a shower. So those are all those things. Like I said, I love to go out into the woods and do my thing. I'm just glad because I had land in Florida. And I loved it. It was perfect. The only thing is, I'm not a fan of alligators. Which one? The shower lollipop? You need the shower thing or the grill? Both of them I got from Amazon. Sometimes I go into a camping store and get things from a camping store, but most of the time I go there. Then guys, I got one of these books, the survival book, just in case. Have that in there. And that's the second bag. I still have more bags to go. I just have lots and lots of, here's a map. You want to always have a map. This is a map of Texas. So, tell me which one you need, lollipop. So this is the United States map. Always have some kind of a map. I have 2 or 3 of them. I have a local one to get out of Texas, and I have a state one, just in case they close borders here, martial law is there, whatever, weird stuff is going on. So much weird stuff going on. It's just got to keep up. Okay? Ladies, you need to be able to carry this with 16 pounds. Okay? If, God forbid, there is an emergency, you should be able to carry at least up to 13 pounds. Here's my other map. This one is the United States. You need both, the shower and the stove. Yeah, it's very flat. Look at it. It could fit right in the backpack. It's very thin. This is probably, look, my finger is just that wide, a finger's width. So that came from Amazon. This is called a I'll see if I can find a link for you. I don't know, does TikTok let us post links? If it does, I'll post the link. If not, I'm gonna post a link on my YouTube channel for these. Same channel, Wildish by Nature. Hit the like and the follow button, guys, on this channel while you're here, please. That would really help me and my journey as a lady on her own going into the woods to do all the wildish things. So, and be organized. So this, yeah, I got both of those from Amazon. I got the shower from there. And it's called the Solar Shower. It's 5 gallons. Holds 5 gallons of water. If you're in some place like New Mexico, places where it doesn't get cold, you'll have hot water every day. But right now in Texas, the sun is gone, for today at least, and I won't be able to warm it up like that. But I can make the water hot on this little boiler, on the little stove, and then pour it into the thermos, into the shower thing. Let's see what else we got. A little extra phone, folks. If you got an extra phone, throw it in there. Just in case you lose yours or the power runs out, you got a backup. Maybe you dropped it in the water. So that is that for this one. And I'm going to go and get the basket. But yeah, they don't take up a lot of space, as you can see. This is a regular backpack. This is nothing large. It's just a regular size. Then I have on this side more cable, mattress, you know, so many things are happening. You just really want to be prepared. Not just because I'm going to move to that area, but I was just always a prepper anyway. I was always one of those people that like to have things. Even when I go out to the regular grocery store, I have tiny little kits in my crossbody bag. Here we are, things for the woods. A lamp, another light, and a fan. My wood chopper. And then like a crowbar here to lift stuff. Got that. I told you, I just save and save and save. This, guys, you really want to get one of these. You can break the car window. This you can rip wire or seat belt. You could keep this in your car. Solar powered, flashlight, compass, everything. And on here is the USB. That I got from Amazon. I think I bought like 8 of these. All the guys in the family, I gave everybody one of these. Because that's something everybody should have. Tarp. I'm not going to take the tarp out. Here's a mattress. You just step on it. It's a pump mattress with a pillow. That's the name of it. Orievir. Oriver, okay? Little knife to clean your fish and your whatever you're hunting for. So these are all the things that I have been collecting, and literally only in the past 3 years. Wipes. I literally forgot what this is. Oh, it's a poncho. Let's put the poncho on. This one was extra small. I wasn't really feeling this, but you can use it as a tarp to lay your tent on, or let's see if we can put this on. Okay, and you can unsnap it and use it for a cover. This is what you take with you everywhere in your purse. Okay? You need 5 things. You need something to cut, something for shelter, something to start a fire, cordage, which is the rope, and shelter. So we have a little knife. We have the ferro rod. Okay, you can start a fire with this. If your matches run out, you can start a fire with this. Okay, this goes in my back, in my little crossbody bag. Can always use a plastic bag to carry water. A garbage bag you can use for shelter, or a poncho. Keep this in your purse, okay? Matches to start a fire, plus the rope, okay? So you have rope and your matches together. Wow, that wind is really howling out there. And believe it or not, the little stove, you can use this aluminum foil as a little stove. You can use it as a reflector to look for help. If you're stuck, you can reflect it, or you can open it up and use it as a stove, a little pot, okay? This you can keep in your backpack. So you have all the things that you need. You have shelter, which is housing. God forbid you're stuck outside somewhere. You have something to start a fire. It's winter, to keep you warm. Something to cook with. A knife to cut your whatever it is you're trying to cut. And the tiny little first aid. You have aspirins, Q-tips, Band-Aids, thread. Okay? So you have all of those things, and this goes right in your purse. Now the cat down here wants to go camping. So that goes in your purse. I got this from CVS, these little bags. It's like a little makeup bag. Put it in your purse. Put it in your backpack. If you're a guy, put it in your backpack. Okay? That you keep with you at all times. All times. And also, In here, I have the thermal. I should have the little thermal jacket. So that's it. If anyone has any questions, I'm here for questions. So this is thermal blanket, thermal jacket. I used it on another project. I have to buy another one. So you have to be ready. Folks, you can tap the screen if you're still here in the live. It would be very helpful to the channel. I definitely need support before I go venturing out, so I can know that this channel is worth keeping or not. Okay, but here's the book. The book is right there in my shop. You can get the book. It tells you how to use plants for medicine, and that's my book. So we're going to get rid of all of this, and let's see if anyone has any questions. Just trying to fold this up so I can roll it, put it back away. Tap the screen, folks. Tap, 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 tap the screen. Knives are always good. I think I'm collecting them by default. I just see nice knives and I collect them. I think all of this came from, my dad was a hunter fisher, and I think this literally came from that inspiration. I think that was my biggest inspiration, to become a hunter fisher myself. It's always good to pick up another skill, folks. Don't want to be stuck with just one thing in life and then you're stuck out somewhere. Even if you're stranded in your car on a highway, you want to be prepared. Be prepared, not scared, and you can get your way out of it. If you ever get stuck on the highway, don't abandon your car. Wait for help, because the elements, the climate, can cause you to have a shorter lifespan, because the car is your shelter. You need shelter. So if you get stuck on the highway, don't abandon your vehicle. Just wait for help. And like I said, at least have a piece of aluminum foil where you can reflect it. Like if you're in the way out in the boondocks, somewhere in Arizona, or somewhere where there's no people, like way out in the rural, out in the desert. I'm gonna get rid of this, and I'll be back. You know, I would take you outside so you can see how windy it is, because it's cold outside. So, I think maybe we'll go take a walk to the park and let you see how cold it is out there. Do I need anything from the park? Possibly. I always find something that I can do. Does anyone have any questions? Anything you want to talk about? Any help on preparing? I got a piece of hair sticking up right there. So that is pretty much it. I think I am here for an hour, and I will put the information, it's Wildish by Nature, on YouTube. Hit the follow button here, please. Good afternoon, good morning, Debbie, if you're on the East Coast. And if you're still on this West Coast, Central, then good morning. So I think what I'm going to do is when I post this on YouTube, I'll put the links to Amazon, the ones that I can find, because some of those things I bought as far back as 2 and 3 years ago. And so they may not be in my buy again list on Amazon. And there's no names on a lot of these products. So, but if you need something, just text me, DM me, let me know what it is that you could be looking for. And I'll try to come back before I head out. Now, my estimated time to be in the East Texas in the cabin is December, somewhere before Christmas. So I will try to come on. I'm going to try to go see the land next week or the week after, and I'll go live for that like I did with the one in Florida. I'll go live, I'll show you the land, and we can see it together, and I can be surprised. I'm just praying that there are no squatters on the land. Thank you, Debbie, for the follow. Pray. There's no squatters on the land, and there's not a whole bunch of garbage. The other land that I bought in Florida, perfect. I mean, it was phenomenal piece of land. It even had some deerberry. It had a lot of herbal plants on it. There was a deerberry. There were some kind of other berries. There was cactus, the prickly cactus, which is good. That's food. So it was a really beautiful land, but I decided to sell that one so I can get this one, and that way I can be here in Texas where my medical coverage is, because I don't want to go all the way to Florida and then got to start all the coverage again, the insurance. So I'm going to stay where I'm at, and prayerfully this government does not take that away, because we all need some kind of medical insurance. Amen. And we also all need a safe place to live. And I wasn't feeling the alligators because I was by the water. I was 10 minutes away from the water in the Florida land. So everyone's telling me about snakes, and they're telling me about alligators and all of these different things. And as a New Yorker, I just wasn't feeling the alligators. I just don't want to come out my door and have a python hanging off of a tree. So I gave that one up, even though I do love Florida very much. But I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be coming out the door. What's that? Every time I move, I jump out of my skin. So I thought it was wise to toss that one back in the pond and get someone something else where at least I have to worry about 10-foot alligators coming up behind me while I'm walking. So that is it, folks. It is almost 11 here in Texas. And like I said, if you have any questions about any of the products, if you want the recipe for the flu bombs, DM me, and you can have the recipe for the flu bombs. And I'll show you them once again. They should be nice and ready. So these are the flu bombs we just made, and they're getting nice and chilled. And like I said, you just take one, drop it in a cup, and put your hot boiling water on it. Put a saucer on top, a little plate, so it can steep for at least 5 to 10 minutes, okay? Not too long, because you don't want your tea to get cold either, but, you know, minimum 5 minutes, okay? Because it's plant material, it'll extract the medicine right away. But like I said, you can give them for yourself or kids, probably about 4 to 6 years old. I wouldn't go younger than that unless you know for sure that they don't have allergies to any of these plants. Orange peels, any of these plants. If they have not been tested for allergies or have not had a reaction to any allergies, then you could give them a little bit, a very light dose, okay? But this is gonna make, each one of these will make 2 cups of dark tea, okay? And again, it was very fun making them, a lot of fun. And I will see you in the next video. Don't forget, Waldish by Nature. Hit the like, hit the follow. Questions, DM me. God bless you all. Bye-bye. It does not want to go off. See? That's how you know one